I also want to ask you, too, about the future of the Republican Party here. President Trump's Save America Political Action Committee has raised about $31 million, and that was by the end of last year. This according to a new financial report filed with the Federal Elections Commission. Now, of course, this was just created on November the 9th, so do the math there. That's not a lot of time, but that is a lot of money, Congressman. We also see Adam Kinzinger, the Illinois Republican, creating his own political action committee. This one, a anti-Trump political action committee. I can't imagine it's raised quite as much money here, but you know, everyone's going to be asked to pick sides. I guess even well before we really kind of get into 2022 here. Is that an uncomfortable position for you to be in, Congressman?
Well, the divisions within the Republican Party are essentially personality driven. There's always an element that finds approval from the other party when they throw rocks at their own. I mean, if you listen to Kinzinger and others of his ilk, you'll see their attacks are largely ad hominem. Well, personality divisions are as shallow as the personalities that engage in them, and they only last as long as people are willing to put up with it, which usually isn't very long. Now, if you look at the divisions within the Democratic Party, they're essentially policy driven between liberals and leftists. And I've argued with liberals my whole life over the proper size and role of government, but we always shared fundamental values: freedom of speech, the rule of law, the Bill of Rights. We all believe that people should be judged on the content of their character and not the color of their skin. We all believe in the founding principles of our country, and we're proud of our heritage and our flag. Now, the left shares none of these values. They believe you actually should, first and foremost, be judged on the color of your skin. They viciously attack free speech. They sneer at our Bill of Rights. They vilify our heritage. They burn our flag in the streets. I think that liberals have far more in common with conservatives than they have with leftists, and those are the divisions within the Democratic Party.
Those are the challenges facing Joe Biden right now. If he really wants to lead from a position of unity, he's going to have to prove that point to the American public. Adam Kinzinger, you know, he's got his own battles to fight here. Here he is talking about his efforts. Let's take a listen.
I was there on January 6th. I was there when the mob began to shout violent threats and shatter windows in the capital of the United States. I was there when shots rang out, and I was there when people died. Sadly, I wasn't surprised because I've been watching the rhetoric leading up to that day and took it seriously. Republicans must say enough is enough. It's time to unplug the outrage machine, reject the politics of personality, and cast aside the conspiracy theories and the rage.
I mean, it's basically Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney versus the rest of the GOP, right?
Well, it's interesting. He says cast aside the personality differences, and all that he is doing is attacking the president, or President Trump, the former president. Listen to what Trump actually said. He said, I expect that you will peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. That was the operative part of his speech. To suggest that that is the equivalent of incitement to riot is an outrageous perversion.
The president's speech that day and so many other words are being used, you know, really like a Rorschach test for most of America right now. And the media wants to tell the American public what to think and how to think about what happened. But that's what the impeachment trial is supposed to be for. Due process. The question is, can that really happen in this type of environment? We do have some serious questions about that. Congressman McClintock, thanks so much for answering some of those questions for us. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, John.